Right, welcome back, everybody. This election roadshow bringing us to the province of Gauteng. Alexandra Township is where we're broadcasting from. And we're talking about Gauteng that is now under control of the ANC. But in these elections, it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. If there's a shift of power, if there are coalitions, if the ANC loses, if they gain. And this is something we're going to talk about right now, because I think this is quite an interesting conversation that everybody wants to hear about. So, we spoke about the ANC, and the ANC have gradually lost some of the votes. And, you know, when we've been seeing some projection polls, it's not looking too good for the ANC, but still very strong for the ANC, obviously coming out tops. But according to the DA, they feel that they have got a good chance in toppling the ANC and running this province. What are your views? Are you feeling strong going into these elections, or are you nervous from what's happening? You're laughing. Tell me why. Why are you feeling strong?
Well, Leanne, firstly, let me thank you for coming to my home. You see, Alex is a stronghold of the ANC. You can see the numbers here this morning. We're not nervous at all. In fact, the last recent surveys show that we are in the 60s, and we are very clear that by the time we hit May the 7th, we should be around 65 and above. So we are comfortable, and the reason is because we have plans to improve Gauteng, not just Alex. You know, in Alex here, if I was to talk about Alex, there's a lot of good stories I can talk about. Rea Vaya will be coming in soon. People here are going to get title deeds. In fact, the mayor is coming today to give title deeds. So there are a lot of programs that we have that put us way ahead of everybody. I know that people are saying, well, 20 years, there are still challenges. But we start from the basis that all of us agree that life is much better than it was before 1994 in South Africa. At least, let me say, Leanne, at least even the DA agrees with that.
Okay.
That life is much better in South Africa today. I think what is important is how do we move South Africa forward? We have plans. As I say, we will give title deeds, we'll build more houses, we'll fix roads. All these things are going to be done. We're talking about people who have 20 years of experience, so we are not taking chances. So we are not saying to people, vote for us, because we're still going to think about how to run government. We come with 20 years of experience.
Can I respond?
That must give us
you're going to
a chance to be way ahead of everybody. We are.
Okay.
And we're not nervous at all. We are comfortable.
You're not nervous. The DA are saying that the ANC are going to get below 40 and or hit the 40s, 44% around. That's what you're thinking. And that you guys are going to surpass the 40% mark. Is that a bit optimistic? I mean, you're listening to the ANC who's saying 65%.
I am listening to the narrative about 65%. Let's put that just even in electoral terms. The average here in Gauteng for every municipality that the ANC controls is in the 50s, not in the 60s. So that the suggestion that they suddenly will get to the late 60s, I'm not sure where that assumption comes from. But understand that in the last 5 years, Gauteng experiences, on this current stats, 2 service delivery protests a day. This is the ANC government that has proudly delivered to the people of Gauteng e-tolls. That in fact, without fail, that the people of Gauteng are battling to find work. The Auditor General highlights the fact that there is a 6 billion rands, not million, 6 billion rands worth of wasteful expenditure in this particular province. So when you put that in place and understand that one truth remains, we have consistently grown right through every election. And in fact, our own internal polls, as was the report even put a few weeks ago, even in the City Press and a few other publications, that the ANC knew quite clearly then that they were under 50%. And that's why they decided to take us to court on an advert and lost that bid. They decided, in fact, that they would ban our adverts on television. All of that sort of campaigning is an indicator of an organization that is starting to feel the pressure. But I don't think pressure is a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's good for democracy. It's good that from time to time how I can move from one party to the next. So I'm going into these elections on the 7th of May feeling strong that our base will come out, feeling strong that people will vote for change.
Yeah.
Because they can't afford another 20 years of more of the same.
Okay. I mean, looking on the screens right now, and Musi mentioned it, 2 service delivery protests a day here in Gauteng. It is a big problem. From the IFP's perspective, are you happy to form coalitions? I'm going to ask this to the PAC and Agang, because we're running out of time, in order to topple the ANC in this province. Is that an option? Is that a route that you are willing to take?
I mean, for every democracy, when it matures, it moves towards coalition politics and coalition governments. We predicted this last year in March as the IFP when we started our plan for these elections, and we said nobody's going to win Gauteng. It is going to be led by a coalition government. What we're saying as IFP is that people of Gauteng, as it has happened during the liberation struggle, Gauteng, Soweto, Alexandra has always showed the way of how things are done. It is possible to topple the ANC. It is possible to change government. It is in the South Africans' hands to make sure that they put a government that is stable. For the last 5 years in Gauteng, we've experienced the government that is unstable. We have MECs that have been changing for not for non-performance, but for internal party politics within the ANC, which made government unstable. Therefore, we are saying to people of Gauteng, the IFP, as it has been indicated even in the polls, we're even surprised because we have always been written off. But even in the polls for now, we are being told that IFP is going to register growth in Gauteng and form part of the bigger picture of the new government. It's not going to be on the basis of us ganging up against the ANC or sleeping with the opposition. It will be on the basis of what will work for South Africa. It's not ours not ganging up. Ours is going to be driven by what is good, and the stronger the IFP in the province, the stable the government, and the stronger and prosperity will take place in this province.
Are we together for change?
No.
All right. Okay. Very quickly, PAC, your views?
Look, you'll know that PAC is a liberation movement. PAC always, from even during the negotiations, we are now vindicated. We've been very clear. We've been very firm. When we've been chased at midnight at the Codesa, because we raised the fundamental issues. We said in order for this country to make progress, you must address the real issues, being the fundamental of development, being the land.
Yeah.
Now, we have not been able to make the social progress since then. And now our people became very clear. We stood alone on a matter of principle. Our people become very conscious. They now know where they went wrong. PAC will finally emerge. Our people are very clear. They have now gone through their own experiences, and they can see that without addressing the real issues, we cannot be able to succeed. We are not panicking. We have not panicked. We sustain difficulties. We sustain difficult times. But we remain clear that unless we are able to come together, our target is not ANC.
Yeah.
Our target is not other parties.
Okay.
It's that how do we do good for our people? How do we develop our people?
All right.
Now we need a development direction, a plan, which is completely different than continuing with the apartheid agenda.
All right, let's leave it there for the PAC.
Yes.
I cannot not give the Agang SA a chance. You got 30 seconds, quickly, very quickly.
All I'm saying is that realignment is necessary and coalition is necessary. And it comes from the premises that we should move away from this politics of white-dominated political parties or black-dominated political parties, because we need political parties that will serve South Africans. So all I'm saying is that none of these 2 political parties will rule Gauteng without talking to Agang.
All right. Okay, now, at this point, we have to say goodbye to our SABC2 viewers, unfortunately, but please tune in to Channel 404 for more of this debate, because now I want to bring up another issue, and this issue is a very important issue. Elders from the ANC are saying spoil your vote. They're not happy with what they're seeing in the ANC, and they're saying either vote for the small parties or spoil your vote. That's something we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about corruption. There's so much more to come in the next hour here on this political debate on Morning Live. For all of you on SABC2, God bless you. Shap, shap.